Hello everybody, welcome to This Day. It is Saturday, September 20th, and here I am at the desk as always on a Saturday. Are you having a good weekend so far? Lots of good football going on today and tomorrow. Going to be a good weekend. I wish the temperatures were a little bit more fall-like. I feel like that should be happening when football starts, but we're going to get there. We'll talk about that in the forecast in a minute. But right now, though, what's on our show today? We've got a great one for you. Video Club, they want to make some movies, and they're involving some folks in this. They got a big premiere coming up, and so we're going to be talking to Gila Zalan and Bill Cartwright about that and how you might be able to get involved in some future movies. And then Comedy Club Bree's going to be here talking to Phil Chait about what they have coming up in terms of their next show and performance and how you can go out and get yourself a good laugh with Phil and the gang. All right, there you go. All right, let's take a look at our Stay Informed, and we got some turf improvements going on here in the community. So right now, the turf isn't looking so great on some of the lawns. That's going to be going on through the fall and through the winter as they are kind of getting up the dead grass just beneath the surface there and aerating it out so the roots can go deeper with the grass, and by the spring, going to be nice and green, but right now it's looking a little not so fantastic. So just be patient. Spring is coming, folks. Spring is coming. It's going to be a little bit, but the grass right now not looking so hot. All right, speaking of not looking so hot, how about our temperatures? Well, they actually are looking pretty warmish to maybe hot if you don't like 80s. And humidity. We have a little bit of humidity hanging around from the storms that came through earlier, but that is going to start dissipating, so we get a little less humidity starting on Sunday and Monday, and a little bit nicer, so the temperatures won't feel as muggy, but we're still going to have highs in the mid-80s for the foreseeable future. Not too shabby, though. No major heat waves in our forecast, so that's kind of nice. Let's take a look at the sunrise, sunset while we're at it. Look at this, talking about Saturday football, the Coliseum. Picture from Cole Young. Thank you for sending us that one in there, Cole. We appreciate that one. Beautiful shot. Have you ever been to the Coliseum, folks? If you haven't, it's kind of a real cool experience. It's a really old, obviously old stadium from way back in the day. It's a historic landmark there in LA. If you ever get a chance, go up there and catch a game up there. If you want to send us some pictures like Cole did, email us, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. We'd love to see those pictures. If you go out to a game, football game, go see the Rams or Chargers, something like that, or one of the college games, send us a picture from there too. That might be fun. Make sure you include your name in that one, where you took the picture, and we will use it in our sunrise, sunset segment. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be talking to folks from the Video Club. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Dr. Faramant. Brilliant Smile has been the premier dental office of Laguna Woods Village for over 30 years now. We take the extra time to understand our patients' unique needs. We truly care about your happiness and dental wellness. We always provide the absolute highest quality of dental work at very affordable prices in a very relaxing environment. Stop by or give us a call and experience the Brilliant Smile difference. We are conveniently located close to Gate 6.
Chris Perandi's Stunt Dog Experience, featuring the best stunt dogs on planet Earth. Watch man's best friend reach incredible new heights. Paws down, these are the most talented dogs you'll ever meet. As seen on The Tonight Show, Ellen and Oprah, these stunt dog stars will soar, spin, jump, and fly as everyone chants doggone fun. Get ready to howl with laughter.
I think Ringo Starr sang a song called "They're Gonna Put Me in the Movies," kind of something like that. And well, We're gonna put you in the movies if you want to join the Video Club here and get involved in this kind of thing. I want to welcome Gila Zalan and Bill Cartwright to our program. And the Video Club is making movies, so let's start there. What's this all about?
Okay, well, for the last 6 years, the Video Club has made a short film. The first one, actually, I wrote and was in. Mm-hmm. Then this one that we're doing now is the 6th. We are lucky to have a very good editor as part of a professional editor. Bill has been in the big times.
Oh, wow. So
this is a movie about, well, do you have one of these here?
we have the flyers, yep.
Okay, right. It's a love-hate romance comedy, and it's adorable, and it stars two of our very good actors, Barbara Attell and
Paul Lambert.
Paul Lambert.
There you go. And some other folks as well supporting.
Yes. So and it's going to have a premiere.
Now we're talking.
A real premiere, and it's going to be on Thursday, September 25th, at Clubhouse 6 at 6:30 p.m. And we expect to have a red carpet.
Oh, get ready to roll out the red
people,
carpet.
yes, and people can have their photos taken with the stars or by themselves. And we're going to have wine and cheese. So
Popcorn?
yeah, so everybody come. So everybody come.
All right. So, Bill, how'd you get roped into this whole thing?
Well, roped is the right word, because I'd moved in and I hadn't unpacked and still really haven't. But I met this lovely woman and her husband, Jules. And they became so dear to me. And Gila asked if I'd do it. And I said, no, I can't. I don't know. And finally I cracked. And yeah, I saw the movie. There's such nice performances in there, and people did such good work. The actors are terrific. Carol did a great. Glenn did of the Old Pros did a great job directing. Jack Krabak, who does the Beyond the Gates series, photographed it. Everybody put in, just tremendous work. And Brett Halsey, who was an actor of note and became a writer and later in his career, wrote the script. I just saw so much.
Yeah.
So much
I can
greatness
tell you're in the
there.
business while you're dropping names.
Yeah.
So what was your role in this? You had experience in Hollywood?
I was a second generation documentary filmmaker. My dad was a filmmaker before me, and I worked on a variety from serious documentaries to comedy shows to films and of all sorts. So I just recently moved to the village,
Right.
Third generation resident here.
Wow.
So, and then I looked at it and I thought, this could. No one was quite satisfied with where the cut of the film was.
Okay, so you kind of went in there and just kind of put your signature in there?
I decided to start over.
Oh, okay.
There was a moment where I thought, I could just fix this and that. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to start from scratch.
And an editor can play such an important role in the pacing of a film, how it plays out, how the structure in terms of how it rolls out linearly or non-linearly.
I think very much so. Yeah. And especially on a film like this, it really, the feel of, getting the most, we have so many terrific talents here. The acting, the actors are terrific. Just a matter of, drawing out the moments, and it's been fun.
When they say, "Oh, it's okay, we'll fix it in post," we did.
And that can be a process, right? Because it isn't just roll a camera and let's hope something good happens, right? There's a whole process to this. So talk a little bit about what goes into making a decision. This is the film we're going to make. We're going to have a script. We're going to build, because it's a big deal.
Yes, this is what happens, and actually our next film is going to be very different from the last ones that we've done. First of all, you have to have a script. In our next film, we're not going to be looking for a script, so you script writers out there, save it for next year. What we're doing with the next one is we're going to have 4 or 5 short films together, all with the same short script, but in 5 different genres. There's going to be horror, there's going to be a comedy, there's going to be a love romance, a sort of noir kind of thing. And anyway, these have already been written.
Okay.
What we're looking for are people who want to learn to direct or any of the other crew things. We want people who want to learn to edit.
Lighting and running camera and things like that.
Everything.
Okay.
We're going, in each of these films, we're going to have one person actually who has had the experience doing that role, and they will have an apprentice, someone who wants to learn, so that it can continue. Because, a lot of people who have been doing this for us in the past just aren't around anymore. So, That's our next, and so we want everybody who is interested in learning how to be part of a film to come get involved in the next one. It's a film scene project.
Okay. Now, this isn't, even though you guys probably aren't paying everybody to do these, it's very volunteer. Cameras still cost money, editing is time, and sets and things like that. So how do people get involved in maybe supporting or fund? How do you guys fund this?
Fund the film.
So we got fund the films. All right. Tell me about fund the films.
Okay. We have cameras, we have the equipment. People don't get paid, we're not doing it union. But we do like to feed people on the sets, and that actually ends up being the most expensive.
Right, because they're asking people to be there for 6 to 8 hours in terms of shooting scenes and things like that, right?
Usually, yes.
Yeah.
So you gotta, you have to be able to eat. In this case, we have something called Fund the Films. We would like people to donate anything from $1 to $500, anything they want. We will find some way to make them feel part of the film if and when they do. And these, I don't know how we're going to get these out to people actually, but some of people will receive it by mail, the members of the video club, but others may have to pick them up at various places or just
hand them out at the premiere.
Exactly. We'll have them at the premiere. Thank you. and they can pick them up there. And we appreciate anything over $1. Under $1 doesn't work anymore.
Whatever change I might have in my pocket. So Bill, you've had the experience of doing this and kind of jumping into the project after it was really kind of in the process. Are you going to be kind of committing to the next one and say, I'm going to be here at the beginning and help get this thing going?
I suppose that I am. Yeah.
Did I just commit, Gila, did I just commit him to the next project?
I think I just got sucked in.
Yeah.
No, I see this, I'm hoping, in my mind, I'm seeing sort of as an adjunct to making the movies, is to run sort of like boot camps, like video boot camps or film academies for that, so we can run people through, like, here's the sound, here's considerations with lights and lighting, here's, and other thoughts, that are technical, but so that people that are coming in that have not necessarily known how to, do these things before, get a chance to get up to speed, and we have a little education as part of the whole project.
People understand the structure of things. Like, you can't write me a script about people stranded on Mount Everest because we don't have the budget to go to Mount Everest. So things like, what the parameters are and how we have to do things, right?
Right. Unless we use our green screen.
There we go.
Then they can be anywhere, and AI maybe puts them on the top. Who knows?
I want to throw a little thing in here, and that is one film that Bill edited is going to be at the Carmel Film Festival if anybody wants to go up there.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Congrats. Tell me quick about the film.
It's Don't Pave Main Street, Carmel's Heritage, that I made with Clint Eastwood 30 years ago.
Oh, wow.
So this is actually a re-premiere at the same theater in Carmel. It's a feature-length documentary. It was part of the AFI Film Festival 30 years ago. And
Mayor Clint and up at Carmel.
And so I'll be up there on the 2nd of October and hopefully seeing Clint and reconnecting with a lot of old friends.
Sounds terrific. All right, folks, you want to see this movie, it's going to be Thursday, September 25th. It's going to be at 6:30 p.m. at Clubhouse 6. Wine and cheese refreshments are going to be there, as well as Bill and Gila. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
You're watching This Day. We'll be right back.
I'm Stephanie Landon, talking to you today about screening for lung cancer. Each year, more people die of lung cancer than of colon, breast, and prostate cancers combined. The good news is that the numbers of new lung cancer cases and deaths from lung cancer continue to decrease. The key to surviving cancer is finding it in its earliest stage. And the best way to find lung cancer early, if you are at high risk, is with a low-dose lung CT.
If you believe the journey is the destination, you'll love exploring in the 2025 Subaru Crosstrek. Standard symmetrical all-wheel drive, plus up to 34 miles per gallon. An 11.6-inch high-resolution touchscreen, plus a 182-horsepower Subaru Boxer engine. Love is out there. Find it in a Crosstrek.
Hi, it's Desiree from Irvine Subaru. Get your new Subaru here with complimentary maintenance included.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Do you know laughing keeps you young? Well, here to keep that going from the Comedy Club, I've got Phil Chait with me to tell you all about some upcoming events and maybe some previous events and what happened. I'm looking forward to hearing that. Hi, Phil.
Hi there, how are you? Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you for coming.
Well, I just want to start off, let's talk about the Comedy Club, just what we do in general. I mean, we've had a lot of people coming these days, which is excellent.
Yeah, what is your turnout? Because
Well, the average
think it's
turnout
growing.
was about 260, 300, but in the last show we had, I was going to mention it, we had over 500 people
my
there, so it was a
goodness.
very large audience.
Can't
but
wait to talk about that.
Yeah, it's a great deal. I mean, for $10, we have no membership, so there's no membership. So
No
it's just you
membership
pay
fee.
at the door, $10, and that's it. And for that, you get coffee and cake, and then comedy. So I always tell people, well, if you didn't like the comedians, you still got coffee and cake, so it's not that bad a deal. But if you like the comedians, it's just a bonus. But yeah, no, it's a great show, and as I said, very inexpensive for what you get. And as I said, you get usually an hour, hour and a half of good laughs. So it's
Wow.
and they say laughter is the best medicine. If it is, then you're getting a lot of good medicine because it's a pretty good
Best
show.
medicine, dopamine releases, you feel good
Yeah.
afterwards,
So,
you
yeah,
get some
and
social interaction.
Well, yeah, people come with their friends early. They sit up on a table. They have their dinners. They or wherever else. And the show starts at 7 o'clock. Doors open at 5:30, and then we go from there.
Okay, what day of the month?
It's always the
Delicious.
fourth Thursday of the month, except for November because that's Thanksgiving, so it's the third Thursday. But otherwise, every month is the fourth Thursday of the month.
And what's the location, Phil?
Clubhouse 5.
Clubhouse 5. Okay. So no early RSVP? Just show
No,
up
no,
at the
no,
door.
but yeah, people come early. I'll tell you, even though the doors open at 5:30, sometimes people are in there before that. But
Well,
as
they
I
wanna
said, we
get
try to
seat.
keep it so everyone has a fair shot at
That's
the table. But
fantastic. So what can you tell us about any future events?
Well, I'll tell you about this past event. We had Fritz Coleman here last month, or a couple of weeks ago, and he's the old Channel 4 weather, I shouldn't say old, but he's the Channel 4, previous, that's a better word, yeah. He's a previous Channel 4 weatherman, doing it for 40 years, so he's a celebrity of sorts. And he was here a couple of weeks ago, and he drew over 500 people to the audience. I mean, we were back to the back
Congratulations.
window, so.
That's
and people loved the
fantastic.
show. He did a great job, and we had a really good time. So he liked it so much, he actually called me after the show and said he wants to come back twice next year.
Fantastic.
And I said, that's great. As long as you have new material for each show, I'm good with that. So he's going to come back twice next year. So it was very successful. People loved it. And so he's coming back again. So that was last week's show. That was great. So we'll see him again in 26. I can't believe it's 26, but 26.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I know.
Did he always have a streak in him, a little comedian streak in him?
Yeah, I guess so. He's
Behind
been
that
doing it a while.
weather?
I mean, he does perform all over the place. He does like to do that. But he loves coming to Laguna Woods. He loves the people here. So he loves coming here because also his kind of age group that he likes to play to. So he really enjoys it, and he had a good time. As I said, when he looked out in the audience and saw the turnout he had and the reception he had, I mean, why wouldn't you want that? So, yeah, he was very happy, and as I said, he wants to come back twice next year. So
How
it's
many people does the room accommodate?
good. About 5. I think we were over capacity. We were at capacity. we were at capacity.
Yeah, so what do you do when he comes back and you have double the number of people
we
that
can't
want
let
to
people in.
attend?
Actually, they came in and said we couldn't block the fire doors, which actually we knew, so we had to actually turn people away, unfortunately, with that case. But, I mean, it's a good problem, but it's a bad thing because you don't like to do that. But,
Absolutely.
you know, it was an unbelievable turnout we had, so it was great.
Okay, well, you know, these events around Laguna Woods Village, they keep growing and growing and growing. I say you're going to have to put things in a
And
parking
we love
lot.
it, right? Because we make more money on that, and the money goes to charity. You know, the Meals on Wheels and everything else. So everything we make. So when the people come, yes, they have a good time. We make money, and the money goes to charity. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Absolutely. So you have quite a few female comedians
Yeah,
lined
but
up.
I don't
in
want
the
to say for
future.
some reason, but I think this is the first time we had a double bill with comedians on it. 2 women, Monica Piper
and Wendy Liebman are two of them, and they've both been around. We say that they've been around for years, but anyway, they've been very accomplished comedians. In fact, Monica was named one of the top 5 comedians in the country.
Really?
And Wendy was a semifinalist on America's Got Talent. So they're both accomplished. They've written TV shows. They run their own one-person show. They're both very accomplished comedians. So I was very lucky to get them. I met Monica, so I'd asked her if she'd perform here, and she said yes. And I always say to them, "Do you have somebody you want to bring with you to open up for you?" And she said, "Wendy." I go, "Fantastic." So yeah. So because of that, we have 2 top comedians on the show. So that's for our what month are we in? September.
We're in September, so that'll be for
that's our September
October.
show. Correct.
Oh, that's your September show.
That's our show. Yeah, right. They'll be in for September.
And then, did you also mention that you've got 2 more coming in November?
Well, I have in October. I have a gentleman named Ken Block, who's from Vegas. He's an impressionist. I know we've had impressionists here, but I don't think we had anyone that could do about 1,000 voices. This guy.
Wow.
I've heard him do comedians, Jackie Mason, Rodney Dangerfield, the rest. He does actors. He does singers. He does a 90-minute show. So, I mean, I usually open up the show with some jokes. I don't even have time. He's going to do 90 minutes, so I'm just going to say, "Here's Ken Block." And there you go. So he's going to perform, and he's quite an impressive impressionist. So, as I said, I know that word doesn't sometimes hit with people, but he's very funny. So that's going to be a great show. And he's a one-man show, and that's in October. And then in November, we have, I remember the names, Kathy Ladman and Stephanie Bloom, 2 more women. Again, very accomplished. They've been around for years. Stephanie has been here before and very popular. And Kathy, I think she's been here like 8 years ago. So they, again, TV shows they write. And so they've all won awards. They're all very, very accomplished women. But they like coming to Laguna Woods. The audiences are very receptive here and very into it. So they really enjoy. I mean, they don't get the biggest paycheck, but they don't care about the money. They care about just, relating to an audience, and they just love it here. So, I mean, they actually call me to come play here, which makes my job a little easier.
Absolutely.
So it's great. So, but they want to play here.
Are you getting a reputation out in the comedian world where people are recognizing the name Laguna Woods Village, and like you said, they're
word
just
of
kind
mouth.
of volunteering to call you?
We had a couple comedians here early in the year, and they told their friends, comedian friends, about it, and they called me up. So I have to admit, a lot of the people we're getting, like Ken Block called me, a lot of the people we get are calling me to ask if they can play here in Laguna Woods. So, I mean, it gives me a really good choice.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, because some of these are really top names. I mean, we only try to get the best. Obviously, it's all subjective, but we try to get the best. And so far, for the most part, we've had some really, really excellent shows. I mean, Fritz got a standing ovation, which you can't do much better than that. So, no, the shows have been excellent. As I said, only $10 for all that entertainment, food, coffee, whatever. So it's a heck of a deal.
There's not a lot of places you can go for $10.
Right. So it's a heck of a deal. And again, the comedians are really into it, and they have a good time, and the audience has a good time. So it's a great club, and we enjoy it, and that's what we do.
I love it. So you must be booking out into first quarter 2026,
well,
second quarter
except for
possibly?
Fritz twice next year that I know I have so far. I mean, a lot of the comedians that we had this year that were very popular, like Brian Kiley and Brian Shield and those guys, they're going to come back next year also. I mean, while I like to get new faces, we still like to have the old popular ones come by. If people love them, why not bring them back?
Why not bring them back?
So between Fritz and then these other few that we had this year that we want to bring back, we probably have about 8 months already of the year already taken of comedians. I'm just trying to get some new guys. And I always tell people, send me suggestions. If you see somebody you like, just let me know, and I'll be happy to look at their videos, etc. And I think if they're good, I'll speak to them, and if we can make something happen, we will. So.
Now, Phil, are these comedians traveling in from the LA area, Vegas?
Well, Ken Block is coming in from Florida.
Florida.
And I'm not paying his airfare.
So they really want to be here.
Yeah, he called me, and he said, I heard about your show, and he knew actually some of the comedians I just mentioned, and he said, I heard about your show, and I'd like to play for you guys. I said, fine. I said, where are you coming from? He goes, Florida. I go, I'm just letting you know, I'm not paying your airfare, but he wanted to come in, so he's coming in.
Oh, well, that's an honor.
Yeah, no, as I said, at the end, it's going to be a great show. I'm looking forward to all the shows, but it's going to be a very unusual show, so it'll be good.
So next time you come on this show, you're going to bring some little snippets.
I'll bring off his act because, comedians, they can tell jokes. I mean, his voices are amazing, so I'm going to try to bring like a minute of various people that he does so people can get an idea of the talent this guy has. So it's, as I said, we've heard impressionists or impersonators, whatever you want to call them, but when I listen to him, I mean, he sells out crowds in Vegas. When I listened to him, I was pretty amazed how clear he had the voices and how down pat he had them. So he's it's going to be a good show. They're all going to be good shows, but his is just a little different.
Well, next thing you're going to have to do is get the Jeff Dunham type with all the puppets.
Well, we try, as I said, I've tried to find out what the audience likes. Like even when I told jokes, it's just trying to feel out the audience what they like and what they don't like. So the first year it was in that kind of a process, but I think we kind of got it down now what they appreciate and don't. But they're a great audience. So as I said, they love coming here.
Well, and sounds like almost every show is going to be sold out from here on.
I sure hope so. As I said, I mean, it's nice to see a full house crowd and people enjoying themselves. And again, and charity is a big benefactor from that. So, I mean, yeah, as I said, that it's a win-win for everybody. They get a great show, charity wins, we have fun doing it for them, so everyone wins. So it's a good situation.
Let's give our viewers one final rundown of the details.
As far as
when the shows are?
Shows are the 4th Thursday of the month, except in November because that's Thanksgiving, so it's the 3rd Thursday of the month. But otherwise, it's always the 4th Thursday of the month in Clubhouse 5. It's always $10 admission. There is no membership, and the doors open at 5:30, and show starts at 7.
Fantastic. Phil Chait, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thanks for making the Village laugh.
I hope so. Thank you.
You're watching This Day on Village TV. We'll be back after these messages.
You've got mail.
Computing isn't what it used to be. And the future? It's evolving faster than ever. At the Laguna Woods PC Club, we're committed to keeping you ahead of the curve. Our state-of-the-art workshop boasts over 30 computers, scanners, and printers. Our dynamic seminars, led by experienced volunteers, cover the latest trends in computing. Embrace the future of computing with us. The Laguna Woods PC Club.
In all stages of life, you care for those you love. With Band-Aids on scuffed knees. With home-cooked meals. With tight hugs and whispered words of encouragement on their wedding day. And in this new stage, advanced funeral planning with O'Connor Mortuary is another way to say, I love you. Call or visit o'connormortuary.com to start your pre-plan today.
All right, let's talk about Saturday movie and something we could all use. Friendship. It's called Friendship, and it stars Kate Mara. It's going to be brought to us by Advanced Ear Care. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with the subtitles and 6 p.m. without the subtitles. It's a story of a suburban dad who falls hard for his charismatic new neighbor. Sounds like a fun romantic comedy type of movie there, so I hope you guys get a chance to see that one. Let's take a quick check of our weather, and we got some warm temperatures in the forecast and not really much variation. The humidity is going to kind of leave us after today and as that storm kind of moves out, but we're still going to be stuck with temperatures in the low to mid 80s for the foreseeable future. Have some a little bit cooler overnights and a mix of, the usual morning clouds burning off to sunshine, the usual kind of thing for this time of year for us now that that storm's out of the way. Let's look ahead to Monday's edition of This Day, and we got the folks from TGIF coming in. Thank God it's Friday on a Monday. I guess they're going to preview what they're going to do on Friday. And then we have the Old Pros. They're going to be talking about A Chorus Line, the revival comeback. It's going to be on Wednesday of this week. So how you get your tickets, how you get into the show, all that information and more on Monday's show. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. I'm Michael Taylor. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.